So, as a fashion designer, you agree with me that taking certain measurements on your client can feel a little bit awkward. If you agree with me, keep on watching this video. So, imagine trying to get the underbutt measurement of your client for hip padding, or you're trying to get your client's crotch depth measurement, or you're even trying to measure your client's bust span measurements. It will feel awkward, right? So this video has been put together by me to help someone out there who is having issues with some measurements. So welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button so that you be a part of this wonderful community. I put out sewing content every new week. And let's get right into the video without talking too much. So with me here, I have my basic bodice pattern. If you do not know how to draft a basic bodice pattern, I'll be leaving a link in the description box. So I'm just trying to label this pattern so that we can follow up together and everything is easy to understand. So the first measurement, the first formula I will be putting out here is the bust span, how to get your bust span, also known as nipple to nipple measurement. So the simple formula to use here is your round bust measurement divided by 8. So my marker is misbehaving a whole lot. I'm just trying to manage this marker. I'll see if I can continue with it or not. So my round bust measurement divided by 8 minus 1. So just apply these formulas the same way, like just replace the figures with your own figure and you see that you get the right answers. So 36 divided by 8 is equals to 4.5 inches minus 1 is going to leave me with 3.5 inches. So this means that on a fold, my bust span measurement is 3.5 inches. So on my basic bodice pattern now, I'm going to mark 3.5 inches from the bust line on the under bust and the waistline, and I'm going to connect it like this. So the next measurement the next formula I'll be putting out here is the armhole depth. So many people have issues with this particular measurement as a beginner, especially when you're starting out as a beginner. So the simple thing to do, so guys, I noticed my marker is just not cooperating. I changed from the red to the green, yet it's not better. So I just have to continue with my pencil. So the formula to get your armhole depth is your round bust measurement. So round bust measurement or your bust circumference is the same thing. Your round bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. So whatever your round bust is, just use it in place and divide it by 6. Then whatever you get, add 1.5 to it. So for this pattern, I'll be using 36 inches divided by 6, which gives me 6 plus 1.5, and I'll be having 7.5 inches. So this means that from the 1 inch slope on my basic bodice pattern, I'll mark 7.5 inches, and as you can see, it is accurate, and that is where I drew my armhole curve. And now moving on, the third formula I'll be putting out here is the bust cup size. So if you find it difficult drafting the perfect bustier, just make use of this formula. It is 99.9% accurate. So all you need to do is subtract your round under bust from your round bust. This means that you make use of round bust minus round under bust, because the round bust measurement is obviously bigger than the round under bust, divided by 2. And in my case, I'm making use of 36 inches, which is the round bust, minus 32 inches, which is my round under bust, all divided by 2. And that gives me 4 divided by 2 equals to 2 inches. So this means that when I'm drafting my bustier, I'll be placing 2 inches on the right hand side, that is on the part where I have my armhole. So that part is the fullest part of the bust. So the bigger measurement is placed on the right hand side where you have the armhole area. So I'm placing 2 inches on that part, and on the left hand side I'm placing 1 inch. Some people place half of an inch there, but I'll always go with 1 inch. So I'm also going to place 2 inches on the bust line, and on the bust line I'll come down by 1 inch, and then I'm going to connect all these lines together. So if you're yet to like this video, please just like this video. Give this video a thumbs up. It is absolutely free to like this video. Please support the channel by liking. This is the only way I get to know that you appreciate what I'm doing. So to get the perfect bust cup size, I'm just going to come to the armhole area, and whatever I have on the left hand side, 1 inch or half, I'll just mark that on the armhole. So I used 1 inch, so I'm going to go up by 1 inch again on the bust line, and I'll connect this together. So if you don't really get what I'm doing here, I'll drop a link to other videos where I explained this in detail. So I'm going to blend that corner like this so that I do not have any sharp edge by the time I'm cutting out. And you can see that my bust cup size has been drafted out. It is as simple as this. Just replace this figures with your own figure, with your own body measurements, and that's all. So the next formula I will be putting out is the off-shoulder neckline. So when you draft an off-shoulder dress, at times you find out that the neckline is too big, like it is gaping. So to solve this simple problem, your neckline should be your bust span divided by 2 plus 1. So the bust span measurement divided by 2 plus 1, and this is going to be a quick fix for every issue you've ever had with drafting an off-shoulder pattern. So this means that my bust span measurement divided by 2, which is 3.5 inches, plus 1 is going to give me 4.5 inches. This means that my neckline, after drafting something that looks like this, you know when you want to get the neckline of your off-shoulder pattern, and that is supposed to be the bust span line. So just add 1 inch to whatever your bust span measurement is divided by 2 like this, and connect it like this to get your new armhole. So it is this simple. So when you do this, you notice that your chest area will be completely covered and it would fit properly. So you decide on whatever neckline you want, and that is all. It's as simple as that. So if you're here to watch my video on different necklines, please make sure you watch that video. I'll be dropping the link in the description box. In that video, you get to learn how to draft different kinds of neckline for female garments. And please, if you've watched that video already, just drop a comment. Just say hello in the description, in the comment section, and I'll be so glad to welcome you back to my channel once again. Thank you. So the next formula here is the crotch depth, and this is used for trousers. So you know how difficult and challenging it can be getting the perfect crotch depth for trousers. I think this can be like one of the toughest things to deal with while making trousers. So when you have your trouser that looks like this, please pardon my drawing, I'm not so good at sketching. So you know that point from the waist to the around the hip, where you have to get that measurement like this to the bottom part of your trouser. So you don't need it too tight and you don't need it too free. The simple measurement to get this is your round hip divided by 4, and that will serve as your crotch depth. So in my case, I'm using 40 divided by 4, and that will give me my crotch depth. So regardless of the kind of trouser you're making, even if it's a palazzo where you get to increase the hip measurement with about 6 inches, just make sure you use that same round hip measurement divided by 4, and you get the accurate crotch depth measurements. So the next one is for hip padding. You know, when you need to get the underbutt line for hip padding, which is very important for the perfect fit. So this simple formula is going to help you and save you the stress of trying to get to measure on your client's body the underbutt measurement. So when we want to draft a skirt pattern, we'll usually have something that looks like this. From the waist, have a slight curve to the hip and to the bottom line like this. So let's assume this is the waist point and this other line is the hip and this other line is the knee point. You know, you would usually try to get the hip pad at the back like this, about 1 inch. So I'm just going to draw this line to serve as the zip part of the skirt at the back. So to get the underbutt line, all you need to do is to take away 10 inches from the knee line, the knee point. So whatever your client's knee point measurement is, just subtract 10 inches from that measurement, and that is going to serve as the underbutt line. And guys, I have a detailed video on how to achieve a padded dress, how to make hip pads for your dress, and how to properly attach it. I would also be linking that in the description box. Make sure you watch these videos and learn something new. So once you've gotten your underbutt line, it is then there, and then you can now create your realistic looking pads at the back of your skirt. So it's going to look like that. And now the next one is your sleeve caps height. So to get your sleeve caps height, all you need to do is to divide your round bust measurement by 12 and add 1 inch. So you divide your round bust measurement by 12 plus 1 inch. So you agree with me that one of the most important measurements to take accurately is your round bust measurement, because we have been using the round bust measurement to get so many other measurements. So you really don't want to take that measurement wrongly. And now after getting my answer, I got 4 inches. And this means that when I'm drafting my basic sleeve pattern, from the top of the line, that the next line I'll draw, it will be 4 inches from the top line, and it's on that line I'll be measuring what I have on my armhole, and that's what I'll be placing on that 4-inch line. So don't forget that when you're drafting your sleeves pattern, it's going to be on a fold. So whatever I have on my armhole depth, I'm going to measure it and place it on the 4-inch line. So after that, I'm just going to connect my pattern like this to get my sleeves like this. I also have a detailed video on how to draft a sleeves pattern, a basic sleeves pattern, and I'm going to be linking all these videos in the description box. Please make sure you check them out and actually watch them. So the last formula here is how to get your waist to hip point on your skirts. So this is actually simple. All you need to do is subtract your shoulder to waist from your shoulder to hip measurement, and that is all. It is as simple as that. So even though the usual measurements for the waist to hip on a skirt is from 8 to 10 inches, this should be more accurate. So for me, my shoulder to hip point is 24 inches and my shoulder to waist point is 16 inches. So all I need to do is subtract 16 from 24, which will give me 8 inches. This means that my waist to hip point on my skirt is going to be 8 inches, and it is that simple. So thank you so much for watching this video. Just make sure you replace all the figures with your own body measurements, and that will be all. See you guys in my next video. Thank you so much, and bye.